Hey guys, Corey Wright here with Massif Games. We are going to do a three-person playthrough of Mountaineers. We're going to use 3 players plus an AI or automated climber card. So it'll be like 4 different climbers moving around the mountain. I know a lot of you were interested in seeing how the actual game is set up from the very beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you, so watch close. So basically at the start of the game, you'll have your game board, which is pretty big, pretty massive, if you know what I mean. And keep in mind, everything you see here that we're playing with is prototype and subject to slight changes, especially some of the graphics and art on the cards. But in general, you'll grab your game board, right? And it's pretty big. You'll hold it, and you're going to take these little pieces here. So we have this like, you're going to stick it through the bottom of the game board, like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab this triangular piece. So this is what holds the 3 sides of the mountain. And you're just going to hold the mountain flat, find where that is, put it down there. We're using a little smaller table, which is better for recording, but not necessarily as great for setting up. And so you just screw the top on. It's really easy. We may actually have like a plastic button in one of the final versions, and so that would be even easier. You just put it on and then just set everything on top, and you're good to go. So once you do that, what you would do is you would choose 3 of your favorite mountain sides, or just randomly turn and shuffle them and choose them if you have 5 from the deluxe edition. I think that's what we're calling it. It's deluxe, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, for the sides, you just take them, put them in there. If someone's there to help, it's easier, but you can totally do this with, I got it, with one person. So you just line them up, put them in, and close them together like so. And then you take your nifty clear rubber band, which was right here. Where did that go?
Set us up, take.
So anyways, don't lose your rubber band. As you can see, that can be a little challenging. I'm hoping to have a couple rubber bands in there, like at least 1 spare for you guys. So we also have 1 spare each of the route marker sets. So if for some reason you lose or ruin a number, you can just redraw a number on that and use it. So pretty easy. You just put the rubber band around, and there you go. You have a 3D spinning mountain. All right. So in a game like this, I'm going to go ahead and sit down now. First of all, let me introduce my friends to you, in case I forgot to before. So this is, as you may know already, my wife, Kirsty. She helps with game design. She's my angel investor, helps keep the company floating. This is my friend, Matt Nickel. He is a brilliant mechanical engineer. He helps with game design, looks over our manufacturing specs and different things like that for us. So it's actually his first time playing the game in a little bit of time. He played a rough prototype of this specific version. So say hi to the camera guys.
Hello, camera.
All right. So in a 3-player game, how you determine who starts is typically the last person to climb a mountain, which was probably me, or the last person to win a game. And so because she's a lady, and because she was the last person to win a game, which was an AI or a solo version she played, I'm going to let Kirsty go ahead and go first. But before she goes first, when you're playing with the automatic climber, or the automated climber, I'll get to that, yeah. You start, and this is a double-sided card, so you determine where the automated climber starts first, before everyone else places. So the way to do that is you roll the dice, and so that was a 1, so that means mountainside 1. Roll the side again, it's a 6, so that's position F. So you just take the extra climbers, and this is another great reason to have the 5 to 6 player expansion, because you can use these guys for additional AI. So you find mountainside 1, which is right over here, and position F. So that guy goes right there. And then before the game even started, what I did is I gave Matt and Kirsty 6 of these climbing route cards, right? And so this will happen every game. So they get 6 climbing route cards. And I don't know, is it possible to move the camera a little closer for showing these, or does that look all right?
I just lean in.
All right, okay, no worries. So everyone gets 6 of these route cards, and they're going to choose 4 out of these 6 for the start of the game. You want to choose carefully. You want to make sure that they work well together. That one card doesn't say, climb a bunch of spaces on rock, and you have another card that says don't climb spaces on rock. You want to make sure that it will be enough points that you think you can win at the game, because obviously more difficult ones are worth more points. And you want to make sure that, if possible, you can do multiple route cards at the same time. So we're going to be choosing 4 of these. I'll go through my choices with you in a sec. And we're also going to be choosing 1 of 4 characters. Now keep in mind, these characters are going to look completely different. These are our old prototype cards, but they all have different abilities. So you want to sort of choose characters that their ability sort of matches with your overall strategy for completing routes. As a reminder, this is a victory point game, and so you're going to be trying to gain climbing points or victory points. You get points by climbing on the mountain. Each marker that you place as you climb is worth a point. And you also get points for completing these climbing routes that I was showing you. So like this one is worth 8, right? Same place. Well, I'm not going to tell the other people what it says, but you can read it there. And so that's worth 8 points. And then additionally, event cards that you draw are also worth points. So I need to choose my cards, my strategy.
So since I played last, the terrain for the trail seems to have changed. It's no longer a red line. Is it the blue dash? Oh, it's the brown.
It's the brown. It was brown before, but it's a
Okay.
reddish brown.
Reddish brown. Okay.
Yep.
This is outlining like where the lake is at,
Okay.
and like what the boundary of the lake is, and then this is outlining which.
And you can try to use this. You're sort of at the wrong angle for it, but you can try to use on either side. There's
Oh,
like
I
a
see.
guide.
Crosses the waterfall.
So that's sort of a
Why
cool
don't you
thing
show
we
them
did. Well, I don't think they can see very well, but they can
Okay.
see it like online. If you guys go online, look at some of the artwork. There's an actual legend, a map legend on the base game that helps you sort of identify, especially when you're first learning the game, what the different terrain types are. So you have crevasse, snow bridge, cave, you have glacier terrain, snow terrain. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I've chosen my cards. I'll discard those other 2 routes. So I'll show you the ones I've chosen. It's going to be a little bit of a challenging climb for me, I think. But it's okay, I'm the designer, so I need a good challenge, right? So I first chose these 2 cards because they work rather well together. So I'm probably going to get a certain upgrade that will help me complete those sort of at the same time. I'll be working on them as I climb throughout the game. And then I'm going to start in a certain position working on this card because I can complete this card as I start on this one. And then this one I'll do probably in the beginning of the game as well. You'll notice these two cards have a no helicopter symbol on them. So that means I cannot use a helicopter upgrade while I'm climbing. And this card here has a symbol that basically means you have to do it in a row. So I can't do necessarily like 12 markers in a row on snow, or I can't do like 8 markers in a row on snow, 1 marker somewhere else, and then 4 markers in a row. I would have to do like all 12 markers in a row on snow, for example. You can see the cards I chose, I sort of chose a little bit higher points. I got 2 of those, and then it goes down a little bit. So that's going to be what I'm trying to complete. Now if I finish all these, I can actually get additional route cards and work on those as well. I'm also going to choose a character that will work well. So I think I'm probably going to choose Yuli as my character. Once per turn, you may do 1 additional regular action. You must pay 2 additional supply tokens to perform that action. So Yuli's pretty awesome. Really sad that he passed away earlier this year. I don't know, for those of you that know mountaineering, he was one of the most famous climbers, speed climber. And you'll notice his ability sort of matches that character in real life. He's able to climb really fast, and this ability lets you do extra actions. So normally in a turn you only get 2 regular actions, 1 special action, and 1 character action. So I'm going to go ahead and put Yuli in my upgrade board here, which holds him nicely. These are our 3D upgrade boards. I'll discard my other character and get rid of the turn 0 so I can sort of see what the automated climbers might do next. And then, Kirsty, are you ready to place on the mountain?
I am. Do you want to see what we are, our characters?
Oh yeah, what are you guys?
I'm going to be Garinda.
Mm-hmm.
The condition change turn cards have no effect on your climbing ability. So when this changes and whatnot, I don't have to worry about paying extra when I climb on those terrains that are under bad weather. Have we done the condition cards?
I was going to explain a little bit.
Okay, and I'm still deciding here.
I guess I should figure out the conditions before we place our markers on it.
I will be Tenzing.
Tenzing, nice.
And it says each time that somebody crosses over my markers that I receive 2 supply tokens.
So I have this feeling Matt's going to be trying to get in my way a lot. I have this feeling.
We have a history of that.
It's gonna be
We'll
it's
see.
gonna be an interesting game. You'll see some real tension on the mountain here. Doesn't normally exist. All right, so you place your guy. So Matt, go ahead and place, and then I'll place last. I guess is how it ends up. So the way I have it set up for who goes first is that typically the most advantaged player would start, and then go from there. And the reason for that is going first doesn't necessarily have that great of an advantage. Yes, you do get to choose where you place your guy, but you actually will end up with fewer supply tokens to make decisions with at the very start of the game, and have fewer supply tokens on your very last turn compared to other people. So it sort of it balances out, I guess you could say. At the start of the game, we all get 2 supply tokens. So these are our supply tokens. We might change the artwork a little bit on these, and who knows, maybe we can get some special, some stretch goals to make these extra nice.
Did you get 2 supply tokens for the beginning?
And one other thing that we forgot to do, at the start of the game, we're using a total of 30 event cards, because there's 3 players, right? So each player gets 10 event cards. When the whole pile of event cards, which is over here, gets drawn, that's the end of the game. At the start, though, when we're setting these up, we actually shuffle in, including in those event cards, 1 conditions change card per person. Now, the conditions change card changes the conditions on the mountain. So it's that board over there. It's a big 3D board, or vertical board, and it basically makes climbing on certain terrains more difficult. So we already put in the 3 conditions cards into the deck. We're also going to draw 1 to see what the starting conditions is, and that card is tourism season. Wow, it's almost like my wife's a psychic or something, because it was already there. But that basically means that our starting thing means that movement to huts costs 4 supply tokens, instead of one like a normal action. So that sort of sucks for me and where I wanted to start. So I have to figure out what I'm doing here. Let's see. Doing so much talking, I haven't started playing yet. Alright, so I'm going to place my guy right here. So at the start of the game, you always place on the bottom of a mountain. Alright, so I think we're ready to start, yeah? Am I missing anything? Matt, any questions before we get going?
Nope.
We have 30 markers that we can use. Once we run out, we run out. You're actually not required to place a marker behind you every time you climb. It's highly recommended when you're new at the game, but as you become more and more advanced at playing, you can try to get even 5, maybe even 6 routes done by, if you climb correctly, having saving your markers and only using them to fulfill certain routes. But remember, each marker is worth a point, so you want to use it. We have route locks. So if I get worried that Matt or Kirsty are going to try to like remove one of my markers, I can pay an extra on my turn and lock that down just by taking my marker, placing it through like so, and putting it into the mountain. All right. Go ahead, Kirsty. Draw the first. What's that?
AI first.
Oh yeah, AI. So when you play with the AI, or I'm actually going to call them the ACs, the automated climbers, you always do their turn before the star player's turn. So I'll go ahead and do that. We rolled a 5, so 5 on the AI card for turn 1 says that the character moves up to the right and then over to the left. And so, got this yellow here, moves up to the right, over to the left, and we just take markers. What?
Up to the right, so you go across, right?
I had a long day at work. And then over to the left. So, and then you just place markers behind. For the AI guy, you don't have to place the markers in numerical order. It really doesn't matter. They're not scoring points. They're just getting in your way and trying to sabotage you. All right. Now it's Kirsty's turn.
Okay. You shuffled those cards in already?
Yep. They're all good to go.
So, first one is hydration. Players, everybody can draw 2 tokens, supply tokens, and players 3 spaces or less from crossing any type of water can draw 1 extra supply token in addition to that. I think I'm next to water. Right here.
I'm 1 away.
Where am I? Am I at
Should have been
1, 2, 3? Dang it.
close.
Man, I am not close to water.
I get some. I happen to be right next to a lake boundary, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Move 1 space across a waterfall or to a lake boundary for free. Discard after use.
So Kirsty's using her 1 special action. The way you get special actions is through event cards. As semi-random, you'll draw event cards. Some of the event cards will have extra points, way to make extra points by the end of the game, and some event cards will have special actions. So during a turn, you can do 2 regular actions, 1 special action, and 1 character action. So you can do them in any order you want. You don't have to do them in that way. You could even split up certain regular actions between other things. So as long as you only do that maximum amount of things, you can do them however you want.
And then I went ahead and paid 2 to climb 2 more spaces, and that's your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Yep. Draw an event card.
So I drew soft snow plus 2 tokens for everyone. Climbing on snow terrain requires 2 supply tokens per space, and that's for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my extra points are earn 1 climbing point if you have 5 markers in snow at the end of the game. So I can hold on to that, right?
Yep.
You can put your cards in your card holder if you want.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause I'm probably gonna hold on to that one. Okay, so I am going to, let's see, I guess I can't purchase that yet. I'm gonna, let's see. So I need to draw 2 more, I forgot to do that, so I was reading the card. And I'm going to, perform an action. And I'm gonna buy ice axe, which costs 5. So there's 5. And so that costs. So do I start at
Yeah,
the
put your 30 in there.
put my 30 in there? Okay.
And then
And
did you do something also?
I will do 1 climb. Whoops. Show everybody my cards.
Ha 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 ha! I can beat you now. Outclimb Matt.
Hopefully that'll be a difficult thing. And then I'll go up to put my 1 in there. And there. Okay, Corey, it's your turn.
All right. And I totally screwed up myself in what I was going to do. Goes to show even the best can fail at this game.
So you are the best.
No. Not the best, but I'm pretty good at this game. Alright. Well, I was thinking I was going to be able to climb a bunch on rock, but I'm realizing there's 1 less than I thought in that part. So this goes back to my point, the whole reason I said, make sure you're careful about where you climb, or where you place your guys. So I'm going to have to do that later, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay a frickin' 4 supplies to move to that hut there. It's 1 regular action. I'll go place my 1 marker behind me. Then I guess I'm just gonna climb, pay 1 to climb up 1 space, that, place another 1 behind me, and then I have 1 thing left. Oh, I totally forgot to draw an event card. Look at that. It has been a long day. Alright, hidden crevasses +2, so you guys get to draw 2 as well. And movement to or through glacier terrain, positions not allowed. Special action, move 1 space to a snow position for free, discard after use. So this is the card I just drew. Well, that's good. I have a few more supplies. I didn't climb through the glacier, but I need to get... Can use my extra ability. You may do 1 additional regular action. Must pay 2 additional supply tokens. So I'm going to go ahead and use my character's ability. It's pretty expensive, but I'm basically going to pay 3 to move to. Well, actually, I can't because that would cost 6 basically to move to that hut. So I'm not going to do anything else this turn. I'm just going to hang on to my guys, Kirsty, or no, AI climber, AC climber. Need to figure out the name we want to keep for this. So turn 2, the AC guy will move left and then up 1 space. Boom, boom, and then place a marker there, and a marker there. All right, so turn 2 begins.
Okay. Good weather, +2 for everyone. And then there's no other thing on it, just as good weather. Everybody draws 2. And my special action on here is I get to move 1 space on rough terrain for free at some point. be 2. You just go 2 straight up. And I'm gonna go ahead and use that again. Into rock.
Why are you going over to that rock?
This one.
Huh.
And that's it. Now your turn.
Okay, so I'll draw a card. Oops, make sure my card's in. So, I just won't stay.
Just putting the lower one
Mm.
And
there. Yeah, there's a trick to tightening those up, so.
I haven't learned that trick yet. Oh,
Yeah, for when you first set these up, you want to go like this.
okay. So, sorry. +2, good weather. Move 1 space on glacier terrain for free, discard after use. And that is my special action. Okay, so I'll grab my 2. And then I will let's see here. I didn't set myself up well for this.
Look at Kirsty, sheesh.
Yeah, we're in
She's
trouble.
already at like 6,000 meters with like 7 points on the board. Good grief.
Making use of my things. I always end up hanging on to them to save them for later, and I'm like, I'll use them if I can.
Okay. Let's see here. How do I do that? So if I were to cross over and not sabotage,
You'd have to pay a supply token for the space you cross over and a supply token for the space you move into, and you have to be able to move into an empty space.
okay. So if there's multiple, it'd be per token that I jump over.
Yeah, per space, yeah.
Okay, so I will play. Let's see here. I'm just gonna actually pay 3 and buy sunblock,
Going for the alpine terrain.
and then I will pay 1 and
So these are the
move up
upgrade
again.
boards. You can see the top 6 are basically allowing you to move 2 spaces with a regular action instead of 1 space. They correspond to glacier, alpine, snow, rock, forest, and trail terrains. And the bottom ones are more expensive to use, but they're pretty cool. You have light gear, you have helicopter, new maps, sabotage, which allow you to do some other things. So helicopter normally is pretty useful, especially when you have cards like I have. Basically, once you purchase an upgrade, which costs 5 supplies and 1 route marker, you can then pay to use it as many times as you want. You know your turn?
yes.
Alright. Draw an event card. Conditions change. Yay, that's good news for me. +3. And it says heavy rainfall. Move the marker in the conditions board to heavy rainfall. Regular action movement to trail terrain now costs 2 supply tokens per space. So essentially, there's some muddy trails on the mountain, and if you're trying to hike on them, you're gonna spend more energy. This turn only, disregard all that. Alright. I am going to there.
So do Does hut terrain?
I'm gonna pay 1, move 1 space. What's that?
Does being on a hut count as the terrain that the hut?
No, a hut is completely separate. A Hütte.
Hute.
It's the German word.
Completely
Hütte.
separate. So okay.
Hütte is different. So I moved 1 space up there, place my marker behind, so that was 1 regular action. And I need to get over there, I guess. Man. Guess I'll just keep climbing. Just keep climbing. That's what matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna pay another 1. Let's climb. Move another space to Alpine. I'm going to use my character's ability and pay 3 to move up there. So, and then I'm going to use my special action, move 1 space to snow for free, and move to some snow. Heck yeah. I'm coming for you guys. I'm coming. Alright. AI guy's turn. It is a 3. So 3 means that if there is a player in front of him, he would sabotage the position to the top left. There's no player, so then he top right, but there's no person there, so then he just continues and moves there. So he only moves 1 this turn. Place the guy behind, and it's now Kirsty's turn.
Right. +2 tokens for everyone. It's good weather and extra points. I earn 1 extra climbing point if I reach the summit of the mountain.
Oh, how many tokens did you get on yours? 2?
Mine was 3 for
3.
conditions change.
Okay.
Matt told me before we started recording that he was going to try to steal as many tokens as he could, so
Yeah, and so
I
you
don't
got
really
Yeah.
trust him. We need to put the
You got
camera
2.
over on him, I think. Never trust the engineer. Never trust the engineer. Like,
Wait.
what's
Okay.
the whole point of Star
You
Wars,
should
right?
always trust
You
him.
never
I am
trust the
going to pay
engineer.
5 in case you don't trust me. Here's my 5 that I'm going to pay to buy repellent, which allows me to move extra in forest terrain. I'll go ahead and pay 3 to use that to upgrade. And move 2 spaces in forest. That's your turn.
Okay, so I'll draw a card. Good weather again. Move 1 space on snow terrain for free. Discard after use.
That's 2 tokens.
So I'll grab 2. And then let me look at my character. I will pay 3 to use sunblock. Should be 6, and then I can move 4 spaces. Let's see here. So I will use actually 7 to move 7 spaces. Is that right?
Hmm?
Well, sunblock costs 3 to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it
If you move 2
moves
spaces.
2 spaces on alpine terrain.
Mm-hmm.
But it costs 1 to move on alpine terrain. If I'm next to it, right? So what's the gain in using sunblock?
Sunblock lets you move 2 spaces in a turn instead of 1 space in a
You
turn.
get an action.
In an action.
In action. So you only get 2 regular actions.
It's not cheaper, but it lets
Oh,
you move
move
faster.
faster.
Yeah, it's more
Okay,
expensive, but it
that's
lets
right.
you
So I can only
climb
use
more
it-
terrain during
okay.
the game. Yeah.
So I could pay 6 and use it twice and move
Mhm.
4 places.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so a common question or misconception people have when they first start playing and they see the upgrades is, oh, upgrades, that should make it cheaper to climb. Well, it doesn't actually make it cheaper to climb. It makes it more expensive if you use the upgrades, but you get to climb more. Because remember, you only get 2 regular actions per turn. So that means in general, you could only move, if you do just a pay 1 to move 1, you can only do that 2 times. But if you have the upgrade, you can pay 3 twice, so you could pay 6 to move 4. And remember, this whole game is about climbing. You're trying to complete those routes. You're trying to get points on the board just from climbing. And so being able to move more spaces per turn is a good advantage in a game.
Okay, so I decided to change my mind here. I'll pay 3, move 2 on alpine terrain, and then pay 1 to move 1 more space. That's my 2 actions. Wait, let's switch those up. Gotta keep the order right.
And if Matt was mountaineering in real life, he'd probably freeze to death from holding still so long. No comebacks?
Nope.
No
Nope.
comebacks? Come on, Matt. Come on, man.
I'll save my comebacks for a moment.
What about earlier? Oh, now he's playing the nice guy. You should have seen him earlier. He's teasing me so bad.
I don't want to fall out.
Alright. Event card. +2. Cougar sighting. Movement to or through forest terrain is not allowed. Ooh. Danger, danger, danger.
+2.
Yeah, +2. Special action. Move 1 space to a trail position free. Discard after. Sweet. Going to save that there for now. Okay. So same way, I'm going to pay 2. Go up here. Right there. And then, let's see, what was this? Moving to a trail. Alright. I'm going to use my character's special ability. I'm going to pay 3 to move another space, like so. And then, going to use my special action. Well, you want them to be right side up.
Oh shoot, I
I'm
forgot.
gonna
to
do
use
that.
Use my special action. Hold on, almost done. And move 2. Trail terrain. There, by that bear. And let me just check something.
Real close over there, everyone.
Good. Don't worry, my next move is buying a helicopter and getting the heck away from you. Haha. Alright.
Haha, you're so funny.
Haha. My humor gets more warped as the day progresses. We're on turn 4 now, right? Do we already do turn? Yeah, we already did that one. So, roll a 1. The yellow guy is going to move to the right and to the right. No, that's really bad news for me. Up there and then up there. I don't want him in that hood specifically. We went to a hood. Did I roll that correctly? Alright, you're
So I have a question about the no helicopter. So if you
Mhm.
use a helicopter at any point before you complete a card, does that count, or is it just?
Depends on what it is. If
It's
like
basically
getting
you cannot use a helicopter while you're completing that particular route card.
Right. Okay. So.
So like if
you
I had
start-
one that was climb to the highest rock on the mountain, for example,
Uh-huh.
like I could climb around, but then and use maybe the helicopter.
Mhm.
But then before I start completing that card that's climb to the highest rock on the mountain, I would need to come back down to the base of the mountain and show that I climbed without using a helicopter all the way to the top at some point during the game.
Or if you're doing in a row, then you can be
Okay.
flying around or whatever, and then do your in a row without flying.
Okay.
Alright, +2 supply
That makes
tokens.
sense.
Yeah. So if the first token isn't, or any of the tokens that are placed on
Markers.
completing a marker,
Uh-huh.
markers placed on completing any route, that's not considered completing the route with a helicopter.
Did you follow? I didn't
Sorry.
follow either.
So if you place all the tokens without using the helicopter on a route, that
Mhm.
is a correct way of completing.
Probably. We'll look at your numbers and make sure you did everything correctly.
Yeah,
At the end
you'll,
of the
you'll
game.
check all the tokens.
We'll scrutinize very carefully.
How many tokens did you get?
You mean, are you talking about tokens or route markers?
Plus 2 tokens
plus
on
2.
my turn.
On your turn?
Did I draw?
I didn't. What,
And then
how many was on your turn? Or no,
his was 2, I think.
I was thinking about the
Most turns will
AC.
be 2.
The AC
yeah.
doesn't create any tokens, right?
Not in a 3-player game. In a 1-player game, you would draw 4 tokens every AC player's turn, and in a 2-player game, you would draw 2. But 3 or more, you don't draw any.
And then my card says climbing on rock terrain. It requires 2 supply tokens per space, and I earn 1 extra climbing point if I have 5 markers in rock at the end of the game. Alright.
So the AC climber moves right and right. Boom, boom. Oh man. Everyone's moving on that rock, which is where I eventually wanted to wind up. So as you can see, I really sort of screwed myself royally by placing in a not so great position at the start, but we'll see if I can pull through and make a few more points. Alright, your turn, Kirsty.
Alright. +2, good weather. And then my special action is move 1 space on trail, turn 3 later. Alright, I'm going to.
Does that overcome the heavy rain?
Yeah, because it's a free action.
Right.
Plus, I don't
Just
have.
making sure.
Plus,
Oh,
that
you're-
board doesn't affect me.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It's my special ability.
Your special ability.
Alright, I paid 1.
Look at her,
this
all the way in
move,
the top.
And then I'm gonna stay there, and I'm just gonna buy a helicopter.
Did you get some just like regular photos of us playing?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'll get some more too.
Thanks.
Alright, Matt, go ahead.
Okay. Good weather.
How many do we draw?
2.
Alright.
+2. Okay, and it says move 1 space on Alpine train for free. Discard after use. I'm gonna use it. Put that on here. And then I'm going to, let's see here. Use this and move on snow. For my, that's another action, right? Or is that not? So if I use
You can
these-
only use 1 special action per turn.
That's right. I knew there was something against that. So, but a special action, that doesn't count against my 2 actions, does it?
No.
Right. Okay, so
2 regular, 1 special, 1 character.
right. And then so if I move over, so it just costs extra to move over 1. It doesn't take an extra action over the AC.
It does take.
An action.
An action, but
Yeah.
So I pay 3 and end up moving 3, but I can do it in 1 turn.
I
So-
can't see you.
So can I move to here in this
No.
turn?
No.
No, I can't. So how do I move? So this would take a whole turn. If I was here, it would take a whole turn to move there.
Yeah, unless you had an
Unless
upgrade.
you had an upgrade or
Okay, just-
Or if
special
you were
I'm just
using
trying
a
to-
special action.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do have ice axe, so I could move. But then that's.
You still have both your actions. If you need to get up
Yeah.
to here, you could go that with 1 and then that with the second.
And pay
Except
6.
Pay 6 for that.
Okay. Okay, I will pay 6 and I will do that. So that's 11. And then I go,
Then here.
Here.
Yeah.
and then
And
actually,
then up to here. Does that work for you?
let me, oh yeah, I do need those. Okay.
You don't
I
need
think I'm
one.
gonna run out of tokens. I only need 1, that's right. There we go. Okay. Okay, Scorch, your turn.
Alright. +3, conditions change. Move the marker in the conditions board to grizzly alert. Regular action movement to forest terrain now costs 2 supply tokens per space. Oh joy. Forest. +3, so I get 3. Everyone else get that.
Oh, kind of forest on this mountain.
And let's see. I'm going to.
I really like how many terrain types there are. It's almost hard to remember how many there are.
That yellow guy is totally gonna move over and climb all around in that rock, isn't he? Let's see. He's doing turn 6.
Can't look ahead, Corey.
You can actually. You
Oh, you
can
can?
look. You can see what the AC guy might do next.
Oh, I
It helps. It
And the
helps give it the
same-
same feeling as a person. Like you have a feeling what they might do next.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you think like, oh, they're probably working on filling up that rock, or oh, they're probably working on
Mm-hmm.
going up there, or whatever.
So unless I'm completely lucky, he's probably gonna do that. So I think I'm gonna try to do that real quick. 1, 2, 4. Help me very much. I need to get another route card. And I need to get it soon. But now that forest costs more. Alright, I think I'm gonna pay 5 and fly. Shoot. No. I'm just gonna do some climbing, just random climbing. It's my special intake glaciers. I'm gonna go up. When in doubt, go up, right? Alright, so I'm gonna pay 2 and go up here, because I can ignore forest at the moment. I don't have to worry about. I'm also gonna pay an extra 1 and lock in this guy here. Lock that guy in. Lock it there, so it's 2 regular actions. I'm gonna use my special action. Move to Glacier. 4 tokens left. Could pay 3 to do another action, but instead I'm just gonna call that good for now. Alright. 6. Oh, what do you know?
Lucky.
So maybe I should have headed that direction. I guess I still could. So the yellow AI guy goes to the left, and since he's blocked by his own route, he's going to go all the way left to here. Put the marker behind, and then he's going to go up to the left as well. So, alright. Your turn, Kirsty.
Okay, draw. Alright, this is a question mark. Players more than 5 spaces from crossing any type of water must discard 1 supply token. I think.
I'm good.
I need to discard a supply token, I believe.
Let's see.
Right, Corey? I need to discard a supply token.
What is it?
Within
5 spaces.
If you're within it, you have to discard?
No. Only if you're farther
If
away.
you're further than 5.
Yeah, you're good.
further than
Yeah,
5 spaces.
I think we're all good.
Yeah, we're all good.
I misheard. I thought.
Yeah, there is a card like that in the advanced players card, or the
Oh.
5 to 6 player, or the 4 to 6 player cards.
Where's the person? Alright. I'm gonna do a combination of things, so I'm gonna pay 6 for repellent twice. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna use this move to closest cave, and then my 4th. Does that make sense?
What's your 4th?
So, because I paid for repellent twice.
Oh, okay, yeah. That
So
makes
1, 2,
sense.
3,
Yep.
4, and then the cave one.
Because Kirsty has the repellent upgrade, she doesn't have to worry about the grizzly alert. She's able to climb basically with her upgrade, even though it's technically 2 tokens per space. She doesn't have to worry about that because she has an upgrade for forest.
Alright.
She's got 16 markers on the board.
Okay. Let's see, I'll draw a card. Good weather, +2.
Are we really almost done?
I also don't have to worry about it.
You may take 2 supply tokens from the drop pile, discard after use, so I'll draw
Yeah, I
4. I'm not cheating.
Okay.
Not cheating.
Okay, and that's my special action now for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will let's see here. Were you on the hut last turn?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
I thought you moved from the hut. How many you moved?
Don't worry about what I did. Worry about what you're doing. I climbed up. I used a special action and climbed 2 spaces.
So you're on the trees?
I was on the Huda.
Okay.
Then I went
So
from
you
there.
moved 3 spaces?
Yeah.
Special action. Okay.
2 regular, 1 special.
Okay, so I will buy Sabotage. Actually, maybe I'll not do that.
Really,
Yeah, because of how many
Certainly.
markers I have.
well, because of the way it's shaped. And
Yeah,
you
I saw that.
have to go
So I'll
up
just
twice, I
go-
think, and then over and back down and back.
Can I look at the thing?
Yeah. Really? Anyway, just go like this.
Or, yeah, I was thinking the complete opposite. of
I'm
that.
not even sure I'm gonna try to do that or not. Like, we'll see. Because I don't know what Matt's doing. He just bought a Sabotage.
I didn't end up buying it.
Oh, okay.
I can do what I need to do somewhere else.
Because my other
I'm
option
sorry,
is I could
yeah.
actually Sabotage this one here and
I'll pay
go down to
3.
and then I don't have to worry about running into people as much.
Starting to get worried about my markers.
If you have
I'll pay
enough left.
3.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
And I will move on this alpine terrain for 1 turn. 14, 15. And then I will so that's considered trail and tree.
I don't know if that's trail or not. I would kind of say not, but see.
Well, what's
Oh,
that?
yeah, it does go under there, yeah. It is
Um,
trail. It's
I'm
trail,
not sure.
forest,
Which one?
and bridge.
Trail,
Okay.
forest, and bridge.
This right here. Because there is actually a trail that it goes over.
Or not?
Yeah, that's
there.
not trail.
Okay.
It is. Look closely. There's a little offshoot of the trail there. And you can see it on this side too.
Oh, really? Oh, and it just goes to the bridge and then the bridge
Yeah.
ends? Oh, yeah. I think the whole must got offset or something. I'll have to make sure that's more clear. Get rid of that big tree there.
Or just have it go a little bit farther or something. Yeah,
Mhm.
or the tree.
So I still have to pay extra if I don't have extra a thing.
You have to pay
right?
double because it's forest, yeah.
Because it's forest. Okay. see what I wanna do.
Should have chosen a couple easier ones, maybe.
Okay.
Are you still going, Matt?
Sorry.
Here, turn it. You can turn it here. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Alright.
So I guess I'll pay 2. Working against the clock now.
I always tease Matt for AP, but the reality is, like, when he's not here, I'm the person with AP.
Okay,
Gotta plan
Your
everything
turn.
just right. Event card.
well,
Players
I am an
on
engineer.
or one space. I'm a chemist. Players on or one space away from a lake boundary draw 1 supply token. So if you are on a lake boundary or one space away from a lake boundary, you may draw a supply token. Well, that is definitely not me, which sucks. Special action. Move to the closest cross near your current position. Place marks between discard and That's yeah, nice. Alright, I'm going to use my special action right away. Move to the closest crevasse, which I think is right over here. I'm going to pay an extra token to lock in that marker.
Oh, we're getting close to the game, huh?
Got
Yeah,
3
I'm
turns
gonna
left,
have
right?
to Count up on my turn.
I have 3 turns left. You have no wait. Yeah. Yeah, we all do, I guess, after this, right?
Yeah, you're the last one.
Boom, so I climb or I move there for my special action. Now oh, I don't know if I go for that. I have enough markers left, but I have only 2 turns left. Maybe I can pull it off. It's gonna be a little risky though. I'll give it a shot. Alright, so I'm gonna pay 2. And go 1, 2. Like that. And use my special action by paying 3 and go down to here. 15. And that's it for my turn. Alright. Oh yeah. AC. Turn 7. 2. He sabotages to the left.
Ooh, Matt.
No.
Oh, he sabotages to the left, and then he moves into the left position. So the AC climber, the dummy climber, is going to sabotage Matt's number 16. And if he were a real person, this marker would go on his upgrade board and count as -1 point. But since he's not a real person, he's just a jack. He'll do that.
So that counts as a negative point?
Yeah, if you're the person that sabotage. Alright, now it's your turn. AC, you guys done.
There's a negative
3
benefit
turns
of
left.
sabotaging too.
Yeah.
Watershed. Players with markers.
You lose 1 point, but another person potentially loses like 4 points. Between 2.5 to 4 points.
Go ahead.
What is it? 2?
Players with markers 3 spaces or less from a lake boundary now have to pay 1 supply token. So if you gained a supply token last time, you pay it back now. Wasn't that what your card was? The opposite?
Was it 3 spaces or less?
From a lake.
It was
I
5.
think
but
I'm
yeah.
good.
3 spaces
So we
or
don't
less.
get any. If there's just nothing
Right.
otherwise. Man, I really need some supplies.
So I
Did I
pay,
draw on his
or
turn?
do I pay?
Are you 3 spaces away from a lake boundary?
1, 2.
Yes, you pay 1.
I need to get changed.
You're not supposed to camp within 100 meters of a lake, man. Come on. Everyone in the Cascades knows
He's
this.
like 2,000 meters away.
It's a horrible law.
He's 2,000 meters away from the lake. You know,
Okay.
can only be so realistic in a game. Kevin, our photographer, is stretched out on the couch, wondering when is this game going to end.
This game.
And he's playing another game on his phone. Those aren't real games, man.
Okay. I'd
I
do
just
some
started.
figuring out
Can't
really
stop.
quick, so wait a second.
I have to figure out how to win the game quickly.
I have this feeling Kirsty's gonna cream us both, but we'll see.
Big time.
I don't know if I can complete all my routes now if I have markers. for
I'm-
the
I'll-
time.
Now that I got Sabotage, I don't know if I'll be able to complete any of my routes. Unfortunately.
Should have paid for a route walk, man.
A route walk?
A route walk?
Route lock. Oh,
one
yeah.
of these.
Well, I didn't think it would be needed on that one specifically. I would have probably put it on another one.
Yeah.
I used all my tokens on that run, I think, too.
I'm like completely out at the moment, which sort of sucks. During a game, you get
How
around
many
an
points
average of
do we draw on
60
your turn?
tokens.
Or how many tokens do we draw?
None. You had to pay.
I made a couple foolish mistakes,
Okay.
and I am gonna pay for it.
Are you?
At the beginning, I
It's
started.
going to be a close game, people.
The trail, heavy
Mhm.
rainfall at the beginning really
Threw you off.
screwed with my plan because,
Mm.
yeah, I was in trouble from the beginning.
Well, we're gonna do this.
Special
Move to the
action.
closest civic shelter near your position. I'm not gonna leave a marker where I'm at.
Oh, Johnny.
Mm. What a day.
Is this one right here? Is right here? Not worry about.
Man, I don't know if I can do mine either. If it comes down to it, I might have to sacrifice one in order to get a 9. It's worth 1 times.
I don't know what I want to sacrifice because I know all of the, or like not all of them, but all the ones that I need to give up on.
So it costs 10 tokens to get new maps?
Yeah.
Wow. Expensive.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a special here. Sorry,
It's alright.
just strategize.
I promise the game goes fast.
Okay, one here.
I thought I was the
When you're
solo.
not trying to win.
And then go ahead and pay.
Don't worry, I'm just going for a joyride around the mountain. That's all that matters.
Just buy a helicopter.
Enjoying
Fly
all
to
the
the
beautiful
top.
views.
Just buy a helicopter and a Sabotage and fly around and wreak havoc.
Yeah.
If you can afford it though.
Then I was gonna pay 3 and give up on one of my things. So I don't think I actually can do
I don't know if anyone's actually done that. That would be an interesting test to see what happens if that was your strategy, just completely destroying other people's routes. There's a couple people that have like played like that, but normally it doesn't help them.
Alright.
I feel like you played like that.
Trying
Not
to-
me.
Right?
Oh.
One.
I haven't played that many times.
Please give us supplies.
+2.
Yay.
Fallen trees. Climbing on a forest terrain requires 2 supply tokens per space. So it's what?
Just for you this turn only.
4 for me to move on?
Two.
Three?
No, it doesn't.
No.
It
It's
doesn't
just
stack?
2.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
stack.
okay.
Unless it says 2 additional.
Doesn't say 2 additional. Where am I? Okay.
There's just grizzlies out and fallen trees you gotta watch for.
I'm gonna, let's see here, I'm gonna move, shoot.
Oh, we gotta go soon, huh?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Speed through these last few rounds.
Just climb, man. Just climb. Just climb. Doesn't matter where you go. It's all good. We all die. We all lose.
Okay.
We all lose.
It's okay to
I
be
need
a
to buy
loser.
my tokens. So 4. So I'll just. I guess I'll
Couple
just.
little things at the beginning if I play with just two, like, there's two options if I'd done.
Yeah.
So I'll pay. Let's see. I'll pay 3, and just move over 2.
Oh, I keep yawning. Oh man.
Okay.
I woke up at like 6 today, worked on the Kickstarter for this for like 3 hours, and ran to work and spent like about 8 hours or 7 hours cutting down huge cedar and willow trees for an arborist. So I was using like a 3-foot chainsaw and lifting up 100-pound logs. So granted, I'm a little bit tired today.
I'll keep that for my special extra points here.
Hey, at least it sounds like all of us are gonna, you know, potentially.
Yeah, I figure I
I
was
think it's
gonna,
gonna be a tight game. I think it might be
I
pretty
was
close.
gonna save my tokens.
I don't feel like it's gonna be a high scoring game, that's for sure.
I don't think I'll need them.
Alright,
There's only 2 rounds left.
you're done?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm there. We drew 2 for your turn. Hopefully we get some more. +2! Movement to or through rock terrain, not allowed. Are you kidding me?
I believe you said something
Are
like that to
you
the camera earlier.
freaking kidding me?
That sucks.
That's a really bad time. How many turns left? Are there 3 left or 2 left?
I think there's two, like,
This is
I
round
think this is
8.
your third to last turn. You have 2 turns.
This is
after
your round
this.
7.
Oh really? Because there's 8 here.
This is your
Yeah.
round 7.
Oh, it's
8,
my
9,
round
10.
7?
Yeah.
So I'll
and
get
that's
3.
8,
I'll get
for-
3 after this. Okay.
9,
1,
and
2,
10.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 2 after this.
I get 2 after that.
No, just kidding. I was counting wrong. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You get 3 left.
I get 3 more turns.
Yeah.
Maybe I should take back my token.
Was it +2 then?
I'm gonna take this token back. Because he
Just
hasn't
not
played
spend
yet.
it.
What?
Like, just not place it.
Yeah,
just claim
because
it.
I thought I only had 2 rounds left.
So you can.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be able to use all my tokens, but now I should be able to.
Oh, you have 2 rounds left. Oh, you mean last turn?
He took one of his
Yeah.
markers out. So he
Alright.
had extra one.
So I have 3, including this turn.
4.
What? No.
There's 9 cards left here.
Right,
Round
and I just
8,
drew
round
1.
9, and round 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I have that many left?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
There's
There's
9
9
cards left here. That was 10 cards left. Now there's 9, so we all get 3 more turns. We thought that's what it was last time, but we
Oh,
missed.
yeah, okay.
that.
Because I was thinking there's 4 people playing. That's just the AC guy.
Right.
Okay, so I guess for now I just chill on this rock face. Like I don't really want to move off.
You gonna buy any upgrades? Yeah. Buy a harness.
Huh?
Buy a harness.
Yeah,
Unless
that's.
you don't have enough
I don't have
tokens.
enough tokens for that. I think I'm just gonna chill, man. Like I don't think my unfortunately he says to do an additional regular action, so I don't think the character overrides that board or this card. So
Nothing overrides those cards, does it?
yeah, I don't think so. I think there's a couple characters that override
Oh,
them.
yeah.
but-
they're like, you just ignore them all for.
All right, I pass. Your turn.
Alrighty. Under
Oh
AC.
man, that sucks.
AC.
Oh yeah, I see. All right, 2. So, automated climber moves down to the right twice.
He didn't sabotage.
Nope. And I don't think he sabotages for the rest of the game. He just moves around and blocks spots.
Okay.
Wait, so if
Yeah.
that's turn 8, then why is there 2 more left?
Because there's 10 rounds.
Okay.
Turn 1 is.
Whatevs. I'm gonna trust you. Unless you
+2.
win, then I won't trust you anymore.
Everybody draw 2 for good weather. I get to move 1 space down the mountain for free and discard after use. I'm gonna pay 5 to do some flying.
So if you're interested in this game, if you think it's cool, feel free to comment here on
I'm
YouTube
gonna
in the
pay
section below.
3.
Share the video with your friends that might be interested.
No.
Feel free to tweet out or
Okay.
send us any
No,
questions
I
you
use
have.
this.
If there's something we didn't
Move
really
one space
explain
down
during the game.
mountain.
Just to give you an update of where I am from when I started. I
3.
still have to finish this one. I should be able to do that my last turn, hopefully. I'll do it sooner if I need to because it's worth that many points, which is more than this one, which I'm currently trying to do. I sort of messed up this one in the beginning of the game. And then I think I have this one complete finally. I think we should be good there. That one I finished right away. So we'll see. We'll see. If I can pull all this off, I might be in good shape. But it's going to be really close. It's going to be down to the last turn.
+2 tokens. Money tree.
Man, you are gonna get all of yours, huh? I was thinking you weren't.
I don't know. I really don't know. It depends a lot on if I have enough supplies to even.
Man, if I had just played smart at the very beginning.
What was it? 2? Did I already draw 2? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2.
If I just didn't do this one right here, if I just climbed like that. It'd be
Oh wait,
fine.
do I get 2 again? I drew 2 for your turn. Did I draw 2 for his?
No, you haven't, because you had 4 on your turn, so you don't have enough to buy the 3.
2 more. Ooh.
If I had either started this guy here, or if I had not done that one, if I had just gone straight up, it would have been fine.
Yeah, I should have can't come over by Matt or something, or
So you-
like on the other
So
side.
you have a forest one. But I'm gonna need
I think
a
I'm
lake
gonna-
boundary. But if I could have used this forest lake boundary later, just like
Okay.
so.
10 and get new cards. So I get. Or can I not use it in the same turn?
What are you talking about? What?
Can I pay 10 and
Yeah,
get,
that's just
get
both your
new
actions.
cards.
It's just 2 regular actions that you're
Yep.
using. Yep.
so are those the cards?
What? Oh, to
You
draw
use buying
new.
extra maps.
Buy new maps.
Oh, new climbing routes. Kevin, is there some climbing routes there? Is there a stack of cards? Oh, they're right here. They are right here.
Oh, cool.
So just get 2 and I get 7 on 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's now.
Do you have a special action or character?
Yeah, I
ability
do
you
have
can
a
use?
special action.
Okay.
Now let me read these a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you didn't, then I was gonna take my turn. But if you wanna figure out how to use
Yeah.
them, then that's fine.
And don't forget to put a marker on your board too for
Yes, that's a good point.
new maps.
And so another thing about this game is every marker that you have in your upgrade board does not count as a climbing point at the end. So you can't just spend this game buying tons of upgrades in order to do different things, because that would actually leave you less route markers to be able to climb the mountain and get points.
So that's good. Can't do either of them.
Well, that's too bad. Well, no, you have that. You could always try to draw again next turn.
What?
You could always try to get more routes next turn
Oh,
and
yeah.
see if like some of them get completed automatically or something like that.
Right.
Are you gonna do any special actions this turn?
Yeah, I will move to snow for free. Oh, wait, I don't understand. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
I need to
Alright.
discard, but
+2. space on force turn for 3. Two. Alright. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna pay 2. Regular
I
one.
skipped a marker.
And go back here.
Does that count if I skip a
There.
marker? Or 2?
Yeah, technically.
So like, even if I use 12 markers in a row on the same side,
Has to be in a row.
they have to be in a row. So that one I can't do either.
And the pay 3.
This is a hard map for the cards I got.
And move one more space. My character's ability. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can do this. We can do it.
Okay, well,
Unless Kirsty just decides to like fly right where I need to go or something like that. Alright, your turn. Or AC guy's turn. 5. He moves to the right and then to the right. Where is he? Where is he? So he crosses back over to here and then to here. So you can see having the automated climbers in the game doesn't really slow things down. It's pretty fast to do, but they still make it interesting. Like this AC guy has been climbing all around the different route. And it looks sort of like he was doing something almost legitimately like a real person would do. Almost.
he did better than I did.
Alright.
Matt's trying to beat the dummy climber
+2.
because Matt's an engineer.
Spree ski. Climbing on alpine
All the
terrain
different
requires 2
schemes.
slide
All the
seconds per
different
space.
schemes.
What do we get? 2?
Gotta beat
Yeah.
somebody.
You get your
This
2
guy.
supplies.
No.
We can count up the how many points
We
the
don't need it.
AC
We
guy
don't-
has
we
on the
don't need-
board
we
and
don't
see
need-
if you can beat him or not.
We don't need it. Well, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
We'll just give him an average of 10 points for route cards and
No,
see.
We'll just count number of tokens, and that'll probably still, or number of, what are they, route markers, and that'll still beat me. Probably.
Really?
Well, I mean, he moves every turn.
But only 2.
Not everybody.
You're moving more than 2 most turns. aren't you?
Right. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, he's already got. Oh, I guess you're not playing them by number. You're just
Yeah,
playing
I
them
mean you
randomly.
could, but it takes then you
I
have
was
to
like
sort them.
30,
so.
man. I'm in trouble.
Alright. I'm just gonna fly twice.
Kevin, is this video? Hey.
I'm so glad this isn't live.
Fly 2 times.
Delete this section.
You can
Right
edit this
here.
out of the podcast, right?
Yes,
That's
but
like-
I won't.
That's what everybody says in the podcast. We'll edit this out of the podcast, but they never
And then
do.
they leave it in because it's like the best part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to listen more to the podcast.
Alright.
We're good.
Problem is,
Okay.
like when I listen to podcasts, I want to actually understand what they're saying, and it's hard to like for me to work and be creative and listen to a podcast and retain what they're saying.
Totally agree. Okay, +2. Movement through alpine terrain positions not allowed. Great. That was what I was going to
I'm
do.
really glad I didn't draw that turn. Or draw that for my turn. Because I like flew twice to alpine positions.
Yeah, you get the same thing I had, Matt. Like earlier when I drew movement to rock terrain not allowed,
Yeah.
and I can only move on rock for the certain.
I was so happy that you couldn't. Now I feel it.
What's the name of yours?
Permit required.
Permit required.
Yeah, I didn't have a permit, I guess. Let's see here. I am going to.
We should make a Kickstarter backer card that's like all the different things, like cracked carabiner and permit, and everything. Just list them out and have it be this like one trump card. You can pull it out and be like, "Oh, I have a carabiner." That'd be cool. That'd be a cool promo card, right?
Let's see, I only got 2 turns, so I'll just pay 2.
Just keep it in your
and
pocket.
snow.
The owner of this card may move in spite of cracked carabiners,
It's
permits, and that'd be cool. If you're watching this video and you have some cool ideas for event cards or anything like that, feel free to shout them out. or type them out. However it may work.
Okay, go ahead, Corey.
Alright. Event card. Everyone draw 2. Climbing on glacier terrain requires 2 supply tokens per space. Extra points for markers in glacier at the end of the game.
So is this next round the last one?
For you, I think so. Alright.
Hold on. Before you go then, I'm going to use a
Wait,
special action.
Huh? Oh.
He's doing a special action.
Because I won't be able to use it later.
Okay.
And I'm going to take 2 tokens from you.
From me?
No, her. Yeah.
Wow.
What was yours?
She's winning. She only has 3.
Why do you think I'm winning? I can't get one of
Because
my
you have
cards.
so many points on the board.
But I can't get all my cards done. Corey probably can. How many was yours about to?
Yeah, it was +2.
I
Alright.
should have taken from Corey. I should have been more vindictive.
I'm going to pay 1 supply token to move 1 space on rock. Then I'm going to use my special action, or my special character ability, and move, pay 3 to move down to rock.
So, yeah, that's right.
And then I'm going to use my other regular action for 5 and fly away.
Fly away.
All the way down to this Huta here. Das Huta. Is it Das Huta or Die Huta? Or Der Huta? I think it's Das Huta.
See, I bet he's gonna
This,
get all of
I
his
think
cards.
DOS is this, right?
DOS is the. It's
It's the. So there's a
The-
couple
it's
different.
neutral. It's
There's
like a
D,
neutral.
Der, Das for the.
Okay.
DOS is also that.
Thesis
or
is this.
Or that. It's also that.
That.
And
Okay.
DOS
all
is
our
also
German
that.
backers
Okay.
tend
But-
to just
I got it.
laugh at our.
But it can also.
Horrible
It's like.
at
That's
the-
why we
Neutral.
need extra people to translate it to German.
Because you know it sucks if we all try to.
Right.
No, guys, I think it's this. Let's just look it up on Google Translate.
Can I use this?
Yeah, Google Translate. Oh man.
And then also going to use a special
Translating
action.
system manuals and
Pretty much.
Google Translate. Oh man.
Your turn.
AC?
AC guys. Last turn for the AC. We are on turn 10, people. 2. He moves to the left and then to the right. So in this case, because there's a guy in his way, he moves as far left as he possibly can, all the way over to there. And then he moves up. Or is it, yeah? Up to the right, which is going to be 1, 2. He keeps going until he finds an open space all the way up to there. Crazy. I should put in make a AC card that actually has like a helicopter for all in motion. Like fly to this exact position on another mountainside. That could be so cool. Alright, your turn.
Alright. Good weather. +2.
Well, looks like I'll be able to finish 1 route card.
That's it?
That's it.
The engineer? The planner?
No, not playing well this time.
Matt. You are playing against people that like played and designed the game.
I'm
for
playing
the last
against
2
the
years.
cards I got. The cards I drew made it almost so.
Blame it on the cards.
I will.
Blame
That's
it on
why
the
I'm
cards.
drawing more.
We'll see. You'll show me your cards.
Yeah, you'll see. I did screw up 1 that I should have been able to get, and I didn't understand how this one works exactly. I thought it was no helicopter, but it isn't. All my other cards.
Does it have a no helicopter sign?
It doesn't.
Oh.
But all my other cards did, and so I thought it did.
Oh.
It was
so
one of
you
those-
screwed up 2 of the routes.
Well, I screwed up all of them because I didn't get any of them except for 1. I'm gonna be able to get it. I didn't screw it up. I just didn't do it as efficiently as I could have.
What are you gonna do, Kirsty?
Oh, he really did screw me by taking those 2 tokens. I mean, like, not screw me. I was trying to get like 1 extra point.
Sabotage him. Just fight it out to the finish.
I can't. I only have 5 tokens now, so I can't do what I wanted
You
to
didn't
do.
get any of this from
I
this
did.
card?
I only have 5
Oh,
now. Because you
bummer.
took 2 of them.
Don't be mad.
I'm sorry.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to
It's
make
only
my
it's just
score look better.
it's just one extra point I was gonna try to get with my last turn because I have the other things done, but it's
Oh, from
so
like
it's
an
not
event
that,
card or
yeah,
something?
So it's not that big of a deal, but it just was annoying.
Gotcha.
Guess I'll just climb what I can. So I'm gonna
Just have to wait for the decision.
climb one or use that special action to go there,
I should just.
and then
Mm.
just use my 2 actions.
What are you doing down there?
I'm gonna just pay that extra just to make sure that Corey doesn't like decide to buy a sabotage and sabotage me right there next turn.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough to buy a sabotage and use it next turn. Not that I would
Okay,
want to.
I have extras.
Man, why do I have to go there? Come on.
Just moving my thing for some extra.
And I guess like moving on 4 is just gonna be expensive, isn't it?
Alrighty.
Okay.
Kirsty's done with her turn. Game's over for her. Net.
+3, warm front.
Hey, a weather change.
Move marker and conditions board to warm front.
Yeah, I
Regular
wanted to
action.
draw that. I just needed 1 extra token. Or if I had drawn that.
Regular action movement on to Glacier now costs 2 supply tokens. Conditions change. This turn only disregard the effects of all conditions. Special ability. That's not a bad one. Probably the best one I've gotten. Ooh. Okay,
so much
so I'll get my 3 tokens. Let's see here.
Even though it's Saturday tomorrow, I have a phone call with somebody. I think
Thirty's not too bad.
no.
So I will go 1.
But it still means I have to set an alarm.
So that costs 3.
Probably, unless we
1
stay up super
token.
late, I'll probably wake up by then. Unless we stay up past midnight.
And then I will put my token down. Let's see here. And then I will pay 5 to see if I can't get another event card or route card that will solve itself here.
If you have a 12 in a row without climbing on snow, you've got it. Or 12 in a row. Let's see, without
I got 12 in a row without moving to another side of the board.
I know you
That
got
didn't
that. You
happen.
showed me that already.
Nope. Neither of those work either.
You have more actions left,
No, I do not.
so you're done with your turn.
Yeah, I just have to. Do I have 7 in a row horizontally? I don't, do I?
+2, good weather. Not that supplies make much points for you guys. There's 1 climbing point for every marker adjacent to another place. Here at the bottom.
Okay, I'll just try that one.
Kirsty's blocking, but I guess I can just climb it on.
Did you get them all done, Corey?
Sort of want to do some glacier, but I don't think it's worth it to try to fly into that. Since glacier
I get that one.
costs 2.
I get an extra point. Woo.
Alright, so I'm just going to pay 2 to do a regular movement. Boom, boom. Like so.
So do 1 regular
One
movement or 2?
2 regular movement.
Yeah. I was like, that's crossed over.
I get that one.
And then, I wish I could use a special action. I guess I could go up there.
Were you planning on going home before picking up?
Yep. I'm just
Okay.
sorting out the things that I got and the things that I didn't get.
I'd start after school.
That's it. Alright, I'm done.
Alright.
I'm done. Alright, so now we count up points. We count up how many points we have from are event cards. So for example, I don't even think I'm gonna get this one, but I get extra points if you have 5 markers in Glacier
Okay.
by the end of the game. And I got this one, which was a little bit lucky at the end. 1 climbing point for every 8 markers adjacent to another player's markers. We'll do that. We'll count up how many routes you finished. I was actually very fortunate, and I was able to finish, I think I was able to get all my routes. We'll double check and see. So I didn't do as badly there as I thought. For a while I thought I was
So you
really screwed.
What's you got?
And then we also counted points for every route marker you have on the board, including your climber. I actually made it to the end of the game with only 1 route marker left, so I think I climbed pretty well actually.
I have none left, but I have the same amount on the board as you. 'Cause I have 2 up here.
2.
But I didn't get one of my things, so you probably won.
Alright, Matt. So Matt has to sort of fly out of here, so we're gonna let him count up his score first. I guess we can just all do it at once. So I completed City Style, climbed to the highest trail position on the mountain. So I did that when I climbed over here.
32.
I got the Cliffhanger. That was the one I didn't think I was going to get, but then I was actually able to barely make it all the way over to this rock and climb in just a certain way. Like if I hadn't climbed in a certain way, like I wouldn't have got it because I went like
Did I
through
get
this
a point per
pattern.
token?
I was able to do 8 in a row on rock.
I got 31.
Tour de Mont, placed markers in 5 different huts. So I got a marker, 3 huts on that mountainside, and 2 huts on that mountain. And then the other card I did was Domination. Placed 4 markers in a row on each of the 3 mountainsides, which I think I did. Yep, there's 4 there. There's definitely 4 on that one. Did I get 4 here? Yeah, I got 4 there. So 16, 22, 29. So I'm going to use my blank marker here and put my score on the board at 29. I get 1 extra point for every 8 markers adjacent to another player's marker. So if I just start from the beginning, I have none of those. There's 1, 2,
Thanks for dinner.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I got 2 points for that. So I'll move this guy up
You
here
sure you count these ones or no?
to 31. No, I just counted those 2 and then I counted those 2.
Gotcha.
And then I also get points for on the board. Wow. So let's see. I have 28 markers plus my guy on the board, so that's another 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 31 puts me right up at 60. So I got a little lucky. So Kirsty scored 52, I got 60, and Matt, which is basically his first time playing this game, got 31. So that's a higher score than we normally see. Normally everyone's within 10 points of each other. I got a little lucky by being able to complete one of my cards. Kirsty made a mistake at the beginning of the game that probably because we're all tired, cost her 8 points. So really she should have had more, I guess. But yeah, that is Mountaineers. Thanks Matt for playing. Thanks
Thank
for
you guys
Kirsty
for
for
having
playing. I'm sorry I beat you guys.
You're not sorry.
I'm not really, but I mean I'm the designer. I should like know this game inside and out, right? No, I thought I messed up when I didn't climb on rock initially. So, like if I thought Matt was gonna climb here on the rock, and that would have totally screwed me over because that would have been
That was the only
7 points I wouldn't have made, and in that case I would have been like right there with Kirsty. Probably even less actually. Anyways, that's Mountaineers. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit us up on Twitter, on Kickstarter, Facebook. Love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, all right.